edition of Economic Update, a weekly program devoted to the economic dimensions of our lives: jobs, debts, incomes, those for our kids, and those looming down the road. I'm your host, Richard Wolff. Housing starts fell 8.8% this last month. It's the second monthly drop in housing starts. Why is this important? It's important because when we start a house, when a builder begins to build a house, a whole set of economic transactions is set in motion. It's not just the people hired to build the house, important as that is. It's not all the jobs for people who are bringing building materials to the building site from wherever they're manufactured. Lots of people. And it's not only the immediately affected nearby communities. What's also set in motion are demands for furniture, because that house will be built in a certain number of months, and then it will be sold, and then it will be occupied. And whoever the new occupants are will be buying new furniture, probably. The house builder or those people will be buying appliances. An enormous industrial boost is given when housing starts proliferate. That's why it's really bad news when for 2 months we not only don't get rapid growth, we get a decline in housing starts. So I looked into it in order to be able to offer you an explanation for why, at a time when the government boasts that unemployment is shrinking, more people have jobs, we're supposed to think, oh, this is a turnaround economy, and then we get this statistic, housing starts drop. Well, so here's the explanation, which the housing industry is perfectly willing to offer, and I'm just passing it on to you. The vast majority of people getting jobs are getting jobs that have little pay, few benefits, and no security. Guess what? They're not going to buy a house. They're not going to go in on the loans and the risks of home ownership with the income situation as precarious for them as modern jobs of the sort that we're giving people actually are. So it turns out that what the building industry is doing is building fewer houses, but much more expensive houses. The housing industry is going where the economy is. And in the economy, it's a shrinking number of very wealthy people who are buying houses because they can, and a growing number of the mass of Americans with or without a job who cannot do that, who cannot buy a home, who cannot raise the down payment, who cannot take the risk of a 20-year mortgage, etc., etc., etc. It's another sign that when you allow the inequality of income to reach the dimensions it now has in the United States, there are consequences down the line from doing that. And one of them is this bad news from the housing market, which is in turn a reflection of the inequality of income and will have effects making that inequality worse.